It's my pleasure to introduce our speaker this afternoon, Jaimie Pfeifer, who is a Cameron graduate in 1994. After high school, she attended the University of Missouri and received a BS degree in biology. Upon graduating from college, she served in the AmeriCorps service, where she was assigned an adult literacy program in Baltimore, Maryland. When she finished her AmeriCorps service, she started optometry school in Memphis, Tennessee, and graduated with her doctorate in 2003. Dr. Pfeifer began working part-time in Cameron and also Kansas City, later moving to a full-time position with Murphy Watson Burr Eye Center in 2004. She and her husband Scott live in Liberty along with their 2 children. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Jaimie Pfeifer.
Honored guests, administration, teachers, family, friends, welcome. And to the class of 2013, you have arrived. Congratulations for making it through 13 years of hard work and dedication. And here lies the jumping point for your future. It's not a distant reality anymore. I walked across this very stage some 19 years ago, but it doesn't seem that long ago. Recently, I took a look at pictures from that day. I see the same excitement in the eyes of this graduating class, minus the big hair of the 1990s. And believe me, mine was the biggest. But let's start by talking about you, class of 2013. Through a little research, I discovered some fascinating characteristics about your generation. Generation Y, also known as the millennials, also known as the net generation, because most of you don't remember a time before the internet. Millennials need instant gratification all the time. Hence the smartphone, right? Millennials want impact. You want your work to count. Millennials love being part of a team. We now have a generation that knows how to collaborate to solve problems. I love that. Millennials don't want to observe. They want to participate. You want to get your hands dirty. Millennials welcome diversity. We Gen Xers and baby boomers can learn a lot from your generation on this. Millennials expect work to be punctuated, at least occasionally, with humor and fun. Sound about right? Millennials are also believed to be the misbehaved generation. I question this one because I also discovered in the last 15 years all youth risk behaviors, including drug use and youth violence, have decreased. That doesn't sound like a misbehaved generation to me. You have a lot to be proud of as a member of the millennials, and you will bring your dynamic talents to benefit the future of our country. We're counting on you. Preparing for this speech, I'll be reflecting upon the last couple of decades since my own high school graduation. It's been a journey, more precisely a road trip. You know that cross-country road trip that spans miles and miles of interstate? The road trip that requires many lane changes as the situation and landscape flash before you? My road trip isn't solely identified by life in a safe, comfortable, stress-free middle lane either. There have been times when the middle lane was exactly where I needed to be, catching my breath, reflecting, enjoying the easy pace. But life really starts to take shape when I venture outside of the middle lane. The left lane is fast and intimidating. In the left lane, you can find someone on your back bumper, really putting the squeeze on you. This, however, is where you'll find your passion, when a risk pushes you out of your comfort zone. The left lane is where you find something you love doing, and you do it with gusto. Facebook CEO Sheryl Sandberg shares her story in her new book of how she became a highly sought-after Facebook recruit while working at Google. She says, I could never have connected the dots from where I started to where I am today. For one thing, Mark Zuckerberg was only 7 years old when I graduated from college. That got me thinking that even some of the most successful business leaders aren't following some perfectly laid out plan for their lives. You have to be open and flexible and willing to take a risk. The jump to Facebook from her safe, secure position at Google must have been scary for Sheryl, but she decided to go for it and make a left lane move. The right lane, on the other hand, is strategic. You're forced to navigate around oncoming traffic, slowing down, speeding up as you approach an arm. This is where a lot of learning takes place, and if you intentionally seek opportunities to become a learner, you possess one of the most important qualities of a leader. It's also where your vision for the future takes shape. Helen Keller said, the most pathetic person in the world is someone who has sight but no vision. Do you have sight but no vision? Spend time in the right lane to the Wherever you land on that spectrum, enjoy some time outside of the middle lane. It will add some beautiful texture to your journey. We can't talk about a road trip without addressing the bumps in the road. If there is any guarantee about the road trip in front of you, it is that there will be some mistakes, bad decisions, heartache, maybe some regret. As exciting as the future may look to you, and I so hope it does, you can probably count on some hard times. Even financial guru Dave Ramsey hit a dark valley as a young man. His poor decisions forced him to file bankruptcy. Now today, millions of people come to him for financial advice. Attitude and perspective may mean everything when you're facing hard times. Bumps in the road have taught me that while I can't always change my circumstances, I can change my attitude. So instead of calling them hard times or bad luck, I like to think of them as growth opportunities. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where you can learn a lot about resilience, inner strength, and your support network. For me, inner strength and resilience come down to faith in someone bigger than myself, trusting that nothing happens by accident, and really realizing that there is a larger plan in place. A plan I don't always understand is a crucial part of my road trip. Though my faith journey never promises a life of clear and easy traffic reports, I have hope in the one that goes before me. And how about your support network? Is it comprised of a parent or other relative? Does it consist of those who took an interest in you, encouraging you along the way? Most of you have someone sitting in this audience because of your accomplishments today, not because they want to hear me speak, or they are looking for something to do on a Sunday afternoon. They are here for you. Thank them. They will likely be there for you again. You have probably had some special teachers that have invested in you over the last several years. Thank them. Let them know they made a difference in your life. Some of my former teachers are now very cherished friends in my adult life. Invest in those relationships. After all, they invested in you. So as you look forward to your next 20 years, envision life outside of the middle lane. Passion, risk, vision, and lifelong learning. And remember to embrace the road bumps. Faith and those around you will help you navigate through them. The great Ricky Bobby of Talladega Nights tells us, if you ain't first, you're last. But I prefer the advice of the great road tripper Mario Andretti. If you wait, all that happens is that you get older. So in closing, Generation Y, Millennials, I leave you with something that is always required on a good road trip. The road trip playlist, the top 10. Number 10, discover your passion. 9, work hard. 8, take some risk. 7, find value in lifelong learning and establish a vision for your life. 6, celebrate the good in people. 5, be grateful, very, very grateful. 4, lean on someone bigger than yourself. 3, stay flexible and open to new ideas. 2, embrace the road bumps and remember a good attitude is everything. And 1, don't wait. Go out there and enjoy the road trip. Class of 2013, don't stop believing. Go celebrate all that you have accomplished. And thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this day.